Hi there, lovelies. So today I'm going to paint a wintry landscape for you. And I'm painting on thick card, but you can use paper, you can use a canvas, you can use whatever you like. And I'm using acrylic paints. So the first thing I do is I mix a nice blue-grey, and I've done that with cerulean and cream, and give the painting an initial coat. And here I put some darker blue into the sky. And I'm just starting to put in a little bit of cream to start forming the clouds. Now I'm just starting to put in some white wet because all of this area will be snow. So where you see me put the white, it's all going to be a snowy area. And what you see me doing here is I'm just putting in the white paint and then blending it with my fingers. So I'm just starting to put some a tree line in the very far distance. And I've just mixed a brown with some black and a little tiny bit of blue. I like to do that, although you can go over it with the blue later. It's not a blue per se, it's a sort of grey blue. And I'm just putting in some random shapes in the background there. Using a brush and then rounding them with my fingers. So I'm carrying on putting in some trees, and I'm just using a palette knife. And again, I'm using the raw umber, the burnt umber and black, and a little bit of burnt sienna as well, just to bring a bit of warmth into those trees. And here I'm just putting a bit of warmth into that very cold sky. So I'm just using a little bit of raw sienna. I darken it down a little bit with a tiny smidgen of black and a little bit of cream as well, believe it or not. So I just put some patches of that into the sky just to vary the colour. So now I start to add another layer of the white here and there, but I'm exposing the blue underneath. And I start to put in the lines of hedgerows and fields. So here I'm just using a fan brush just to put in some, indications of little hedgerows and little bushes and things like that. And you will be going over these, so you don't leave them like that. You'll be making marks into them, just making them look a bit more realistic. So here I decide to add some texture to the snow. So I'm just using texture paste, and I'll go over that and give some nice texture. And then I'll just, when it's dry, I'll go over it with some white acrylic. So I'm just adding a little bit of a yellow to that snow in places, just to vary the shades. And now I'm adding some warmth into the sky. I'm just using a cream with a dash of raw sienna, just to give that sort of, stormy look to the sky.
So unfortunately, a little bit of the video, there was something wrong with it and it got accidentally deleted. But most of it is there, so I'll just point out what I did. So I've got this lovely texture here that I applied, and it's just texture paste. It's just filler that you can get from any DIY store, or you can buy the real thing, from an art store. But I just always use this here. And then, so I did that, and then when it was really, really dry, I just put a very light coat of white acrylic on it. And you'll see here I've added some different colours, different shades, some very pale yellow and some blues, very sort of steel blue here. I've also added a few more colours to the sky to warm it up a little bit, and obviously I've used a bit of white here for the clouds. And the other thing that I've done is I've varied the colours in the hedgerows here and here, and I've used dark and I've used light, and like a lighter brown. And I've also put in some indications of some tree trunks here, small ones, and these little fence line here, just a couple of broken fence posts, and that's all I did. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, it would be lovely if you would like, share and subscribe to my channel. The channel can be supported by super thanks. And with that, I'll say bye for now, and as always, love from Cornwall.